do you know where the turkey is at? And she'll go, oh, I don't work here. And you go, yeah, I know, but you know, the people that do work here, they're ugly as fuck, and I thought you were kind of cute, so I thought I'd ask you. Anyway, if one big action is an evolution, then I like to consider these micro evolutions or mini evolutions. What are you going to do to get to from here to here? From hand holding a girl to kissing the girl, from kissing the girl to feeling her up, to touching her tits, to rubbing on her pussy. What are you going to do from third base to actually get that full close? I want to talk about one of my favorite topics in regards to getting girls, which is called logistics. Yeah, what's up, fellas? It's your boy Ryan J. Probably wondering why there's a big thing of Vons right here. Now, logistics is kind of like any of the little things that go into a pickup. Not necessarily like the body language that you're going to use or the actual pickup lines and the openers. This is more about making the calculations to make the pickup smooth. Understanding that, you know, in order to get a girl, you have to move from, like, let's say my house here at my desk, I actually have to do stuff to go actually meet a girl. I have to get a shower. I have to get dressed. I have to put on cologne. I have to actually go downstairs, get into the car, drive to a nightclub, or what we're going to talk about in a second, the Vons. You know, then I actually have to walk up and approach the girl. Then I have to do blank, 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 and get her number. Then I have to set up a date. So let's call this a time bridge, setting up. Let's meet up on Tuesday to go ice skating. And from, let's say if I met her on Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday, you have to bridge the gap of time. You know, and what are you going to do in between? You're going to make a Skype call. You're going to DM her on Instagram if you got her Instagram. You're going to maybe send some Snapchats back and forth. And then when you meet up on the date, you're going to do certain things. And ultimately leading back to your house. Before you go to the house, you've got to come back to the house. When you get to the house, you have to go, let's say, for example, from the porch through your living room. What are you going to do in your living room? How are you going to get her from the living room to the bedroom? There's all these, what I like to call, if one big action is an evolution, then I like to consider these micro evolutions or mini evolutions. What are you going to do to get to from here to here? From hand holding a girl to kissing the girl, from kissing the girl to feeling her up, to touching her tits, to rubbing on her pussy. What are you going to do from third base to actually get that full close? You know, there's all these just little steps, and it gets very complicated. But there's a lot of tools, and I like to take this, I guess, a lot further than most people, because I want my game. I want to have super game. I want to be that super pickup artist. And so anyway, I just want to discuss a couple little things that I do. Anyway, I was at this Vons. I'm not going to tell you where this Vons is at because I don't want to burn the spot. This is my little spot now. But this Vons is interesting because it's a great way to. There's some very key components that will help you to pick up girls during the day, during day game. And I use a lot of tools. I use the Google Earth. You know, if you kind of go to, let's say, just Las Vegas, Nevada, you know, it's kind of interesting because with Google Earth, I like to use this because you can, let's say I want to game a girl at Town Square, you know, let's just say Blue Martini. Google Earth is such a great tool for helping you to handle logistics. You know, let's say I'm going to go game girls at Blue Martini at the Town Square, and when you look at this, kind of like the Legend of Zelda, like this is a level. Okay, this is one of those dungeons that you go in, and ultimately you've got to save the princess. In this case, it's going to be the girl that you're going to meet here. So, you know, for example, we go to Blue Martini right here, and what I like to do, if I was going to do night game at this club, you know, I'm not going to fuck the girl in Blue Martini. I might finger bang her on the dance floor or something like that, but that's not really where I'm trying to go. If I want to spit solid game and turn this into a relationship, you know, I don't want to just kind of hang out at Blue Martini and dance with her. I want to take her somewhere. I want to go and do what's called an instant date. Sometimes I'll look around the surrounding area, for example, and you'll notice over, it's right here actually. Here we go. So, for example, the Blue Martini is up here, and there's actually a coffee bean shop right here. There's also a hamburger place on the other side of whatever this Skechers shop is. So there's little dinner spots, and the more that you kind of, when you go on Google Earth, you can kind of go around and you can figure out these things. You got to remember that the map is not the territory, you know, because when you actually go there, you got to figure out what are the hours of these places, and you got to find out, like, maybe you might go to somewhere on the map and it says there's a bar and grill there, and when you go there in real life, it turns out that that place is closed down and it's under construction. So just remember that the map is not the territory. You actually got to go there. And I talk a lot about this in my target market assessment book. So, but for example, there's a coffee shop down here, and there's a burger place. So if I meet a girl in Blue Martini and we're dancing around and having fun, I might not just want to get her number and then leave. I might want to say, you know what? I got an idea. We're going to go get breakfast. And she'll go, breakfast? And I go, yeah. There's a little burger place over here. They have some fried eggs, and we'll go get some fried eggs and some pancakes or whatever. And there's a whole bunch of little shops around this area. So basically what I do is I take her on an instant date right there. I don't have to ask her, you know, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Because she's already out. I've actually seen girls do this. Students will go up and they use the classic mistake where they'll ask the girl, oh, you seem pretty cool. We should go out sometime. And she's like, I'm already out, you know? You can get an instant date right there on the spot. So anyway, what I want to talk about here in the Vons, to show you an example, you go into this Vons, and now look inside the store. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Well, if you're like most people, you're like, oh, I don't know, there's some food, they're gonna go there to go shopping. There's a fucking Starbucks right there inside Vons. So imagine I'm walking around the cereal aisle. I'm not gonna fuck a girl in the cereal aisle. I wish I could, that'd be great. But here's what most guys do. They walk up to a girl in the cereal aisle and they start trying to game her. And you know, what do they say? Hey, I got a quick question for you. Do you know where the turkey is at? And she'll go, oh, I don't work here. And you go, yeah, I know, but you know, the people that do work here, they're ugly as fuck, and I thought you were kind of cute, so I thought I'd ask you. Anyway, you use some kind of clever opening line, and let's say she laughs and she's like, oh, that's so funny, blah blah blah, and or you know, you walk down the cereal aisle and you go, you know, you seem kind of, what do you think? Wheaties or Fruity Pebbles? I love Fruity Pebbles, but blah, whatever. Or you could just be straight up and just be like, hey, you know what? I don't know you, but I like you. And she'll go, why? And you go, I don't know. I wasn't given an instruction booklet on being human. I just like you. I just do. What's your name? Who are you? I'm Ryan. Whatever. Whatever's your opening line is fine. Let's say you get in a little conversation. Instead of just getting her number and then leaving, you can go on an instant date right there in the store. You could be like, well, I was kind of thirsty. I was going to go get a cup of coffee at the Starbucks. You should join me. She'll go, okay. Take my arm. Bam. So, like, for example, this Vons, this was ridiculous when I first walked in here, because I was like, some places, you know, they have a little juice bar, but this has a Starbucks. It has a fucking Panda Express. You could sit down and have a 3-course meal here, like that 2 entree. What do I like eating there? The orange chicken and the Mandarin chicken with the sauce on top, or some beef and broccoli. Like, you could sit down and have a whole fucking meal with a bitch right here. Jamba Juice, hit down. You know, maybe she's real thin, maybe she's nice and fit. So like, you have your choice between fucking fast food or it's not necessarily healthy food, but for a fucking grocery store, I'll give them credit for that. But like, look at these options, and you can just sit down and you can actually have a conversation where you can get to know her and actually really create a real, authentic, genuine connection with a beautiful girl in a fucking Vons or any store. You know, Whole Foods has a place where you scoop your own like healthy types of food. What else? In the Smiths I was in the other day. God, they had a it was not a Starbucks. It was like a coffee shop, but it was not a Starbucks. The Target down the street has a Starbucks in it with seats and booths. So any of these stores, like, instead of just sitting there trying to game the girl and get her number and then leave, like, go for the instant date. You know, it's so much more pro. Imagine walking in and having this game and being able to spit some game to a girl, and then all of a sudden you're just sitting down having a conversation, you're drinking, you're like getting to know her, you start talking to her, and you actually get to know her like as a person. You sit down and you can actually ask her questions. So how many brothers and sisters do you have? What are you passionate about? What CD is in your car right now? What have you been listening to? What's your favorite YouTube video? What's your favorite YouTuber? Any kinds of these kind of questions that you want to get to know her. She can get to know you, and then you establish a much stronger connection. And then say, you know, if you're enjoying the interaction, then say, you know, we should definitely keep in touch. I really enjoyed spending time with you. How could we do that? And then she'll go, I could give you my number. How cool is that? Now the girl's offering to give you her number. You're not like some chump dude that walked up and said, can I get your number? Can I ask you out sometime? You were this fucking cool dude who just started casual conversation. You invited her over to have a drink with you at the store. You got her number and then you left. Or maybe, if your game's tight enough, you know, maybe you have an SUV. You take out the back seat and pull the girl right from the store into the back of your car. Like, for example, I used to have a Yukon, and I would say, you should come listen to my mixtape. Now, this is before there was iPhones and stuff like that, where you can listen to my music on YouTube. But before, I had it on a CD, so I could say, hey, you should come listen to my mixtape. And then we go out in the car, and then as we're listening to my CD, we start making out. No back seat. Seal that deal, homie. That's how you do it. Step by step by step. Always be 10 steps ahead of the girl. Anyway, this is kind of my style of game. That's how I like to do it. And I just want to share that with you guys. So remember, handle your logistics, you know. And obviously this goes much further. Doing stuff like, for example, I keep condoms inside of my couch, under the couch cushions, and I keep them under my bed. So if I'm making out with a girl, say I get her into my house, into the living room, we don't even have to go to the bedroom. We could be making out on the couch, and then I just reach under the couch cushion, pull out a condom, because I handle my logistics, homie. That's how you do it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy gaming. Peace.